we're gonna be leaving. We're gonna be moving out, packing. Why we decided to postpone our wedding. All right, drum roll, please. We're moving to Hi guys. So I decided to sit down and film a little Q&A and big life update for you guys. But I'm just really excited to share all this news with you guys. Like, I just love sharing with you guys, and I just love all your guys' support and everything. But I'm gonna start off with a couple questions that I get asked a lot, and a lot of these questions were asked from my Instagram. I did some polls there, so you should definitely follow me there for more like frequent Q&As and to be able to ask some questions as well. The first question I get asked so many times is, what is your job? So I'm actually a full-time nanny right now for a 5-year-old boy, and I work almost 45-50 hours a week for them. I've been working for them since September, so it's been almost a year working full-time for this little boy, and he is just absolutely precious. Like, don't get me wrong, there's definitely hard days, but I just really enjoy working for them, and I am really close with the family as well. Honestly, I consider them family. Like, they both work from home, which was really different, but they really allow me to do what I kind of need to do and work through with the kid, and they honestly consider me family as well, and they're just super sweet. But I ended up becoming a full-time nanny because it was really hard to get a coaching job. I'm trying to be a basketball coach. That's what I studied in school, and it was really hard with COVID because so many schools were unsure what they were even doing, if they were going to be remote, in person, and then sports were just like an absolute no for most schools. So I ended up looking and working at a couple of gyms. Like, I worked at a YMCA and Gold's Gym, but they just were not what I wanted to do whatsoever. And I kept getting messages through care.com. So many families needing help, like during the school year, helping with their family because they're working remote and they just can't keep up with the kids, which is totally understandable. But I was just getting so many messages that I was like, all right, maybe I should look into this. Maybe this is a sign. Maybe this is what I need to do, because I was just not happy in my other jobs, and ended up stumbling upon this family, and like I said, they're just the sweetest. And it was really fun helping a little boy with his preschool this year. He did remote preschool, so I was kind of like a teacher along with just like playing with him and just helping him learn and grow and just being with him in those fun moments. And just honestly, it just brings me so much happiness and joy. I nannied and babysat throughout college and mostly over the summers as well, and I just really truly enjoyed it. So that is what I currently do for work. The second question I get asked a lot is, why did you start YouTube? So I ended up starting YouTube kind of for a lot of reasons, I guess. A big reason was because I would love to actually do YouTube full-time eventually, but it wasn't necessarily for the money and the job and everything. Like, I really do enjoy editing and filming videos and hanging out and talking with you guys. And my first YouTube video, it's still on my channel, it's absolutely hilarious actually, is just one of my college friends and her boyfriend and my fiance Garrett. We did like this random like Q&A with them, and it was just honestly atrocious. But I was able to like edit that, and I was like, this is kind of fun. I kind of had this time where I was like, well, if I want to try to do this, I should probably start it now, because I do have a little bit of extra time and flexibility in my job. And I was like, who knows, like maybe I'll just give it like a couple months or something and I'll just try it out. And I actually like really fell in love with it. It's really fun for me. I don't know, I just really enjoy it. Like, it's really fun for me, and it's kind of like a side hustle. Like, I consider it my side job right now, and who knows where it'll take me. I would love to do this full time, because that would allow me to have some flexibility, especially when Garrett and I do want to start a family. I really do want to be home in some aspect with the kids, and Garrett has flexibility in his job where he is able to be home and work remote. So I I don't know, I feel like that's what God really showed me this year, and maybe why I started nannying full time, because I personally, this is like not a knock to like families who have nannies or anything like that, but I just know in my heart, like, I don't want to miss those moments. Like, I want to be there for my kids and be in those moments and have the playtime and the fun and the hard times and everything. Just, I really don't want to miss it. So I don't know what that looks like in the future for me, but I figured I might as well give this a shot, try it out, and honestly I'll probably just continue it regardless, because I just really enjoy editing and doing these videos and making the thumbnails, and I just love the sit down computer work aspect of it, and like the organization, and it just gives me something to do, and a motivation as well, because I also wasn't able to really pick up many basketball trainings because it really just was hard to work around my work. I don't know, we'll see how this goes, but it's actually been growing like a decent amount, so thank you guys. But I don't know, I might as well give this a shot, like I said, and we'll just see where it goes from here. And the next question is kind of like a bunch of questions all in one, but a lot of people asked who my favorite YouTubers are, my favorite music artists, podcasts, and my favorite shows. So I'll go over a couple of those quickly. So my favorite YouTubers, I kind of have a lot. Like, one is probably the LeBrant family. I absolutely adore them, and I just love their family. All of them are so cute. Like, they're so precious. I really enjoy watching Lauren Norris's YouTube channel. I just think like her accent and like her boyfriend Will, like, they just have like such a different lifestyle, so I think it's really interesting to watch, and she's just always so positive and upbeat. Like, you just gain so much energy from watching her videos. I really enjoy watching Allison Bickerstaff and Chelsea Trevor and a couple others like ALISHA Marie. Like, I used to watch those YouTube videos when they were like posting like high school content, so I like didn't watch like consistently, but I kind of got back into it this past year, and I just, like, another reason like I started it, I saw all these people like posting just about their lives, and I'm like, I do that. Like, these are a bunch of the things that I do anyway. I might as well try to see where it goes. And so some of my favorite music artists, I love Bruno Mars, Justin Timberlake. Those are probably my top favorites. And in the past, I love the Black Eyed Peas. Like, I love their music. I also really like country music. I don't really know if I have a favorite country music. Oh, probably Thomas Rhett, honestly. Who isn't in love with Thomas Rhett and his whole family? And then my favorite podcast, I really enjoy the Crime Junkies podcast. I've talked about that in the past, but when Garrett and I road trip, we usually just throw on like their podcast and just go through all of them, and they really keep us entertained. Like, they're usually about hour-long podcasts, and we'll listen to like 6, 7, 8 of them all up right in a row. And my favorite shows, so I have a lot of favorite shows, but probably my favorite reality shows are The Challenge and Big Brother. They're like not very common shows, but I really enjoy them. I love The Office and New Girl and Friends. I always just gravitate back to those shows. Yeah, I also watch The Bachelor and Bachelorette. Bachelor in Paradise is definitely my favorite out of all of them because I feel like it's more realistic. But those are just some of my favorites there. And the next question is, where did you go to college? I went to Gordon College. It's a small Christian liberal arts school in Massachusetts. It's in Wenham, kind of the Gloucester, Beverly, Danvers area. I ended up going there because of basketball. So I actually grew up outside of Portland, Oregon, and one of the assistant coaches at Gordon, she ended up seeing me at this really big basketball tournament that is hosted on the West Coast, like basically in my hometown, and she saw me in like this completely like random back gym that honestly no college recruiters ever go to, and it was just like a random coincidence, and she ended up sending me like an email, I believe, and she was like, hey, have you thought of Gordon College? And I had never heard of it before. I never thought about going out to Massachusetts. Honestly, I thought I was going to go to like California or something. I didn't think I would actually go out this far, but here I am. I was choosing between two schools, one in Portland and Gordon College, and I just had this overwhelming feeling like I was supposed to be at Gordon. Like, I remember going into my parents' kitchen and I just started bawling my eyes out, and I was like, Mom, Dad, like I think I need to go to Gordon. And they're like, why? And I was like, I don't know, like I just have this feeling. And I really didn't know at the time, but I definitely know now, like looking back, like God was definitely calling me to go to a Christian school. I went to Catholic school in middle school and high school, but I never really made my faith my own. I wouldn't consider myself like a Christian, but I just had the feeling. I was like, I just need to go to Gordon. And I am so glad I followed that feeling, because obviously since then I've become a believer, and it was a rocky road to start, not gonna lie. I was really in like kind of a culture shock in a way, but I just really ended up enjoying it. And I obviously met Garrett, my fiance, at college. He went to Gordon as well, and he played baseball. But I am just really, really happy I followed that feeling that I had. And at Gordon, I studied recreation, sport, and wellness with a sports studies concentration and a business minor, basically to obviously become a basketball coach and just learn about the ins and outs of coaching and teaching young adults. There's so much more that goes into being a coach than just the on-court things. Like, we never studied like basketball and plays and things. We just studied like the inner workings of a team and things like that, and I just really, really enjoyed it, and the history of sport. So that is what I studied. The next question, actually these next questions, I'm gonna bring Garrett in, and I'm so excited to share these with you. All right, I brought in my fiance, Garrett.
That's me.
But a question that we got asked a lot as well, and that goes along with our little life update, is what are our future plans and are we moving? So, all right, drum roll please. We're moving to Georgia. We are moving down south. We're gonna go live in just kind of northern Atlanta in Georgia.
Yep.
I still can't believe it, honestly, but I've been so excited to share this with you guys. But we're actually moving in with my parents. They moved down to Georgia, what, a couple months ago?
January.
In January, yeah. And they basically have this full... What is Archie doing over there?
I have no clue.
But basically in their like basement is almost like a full in-law suite, wouldn't you say? Like there's a kitchen, bathroom, there's an office space down there, a bedroom, and living room, dining room, and basically that bottom space would be ours. So we're gonna kind of like rent from them, like give them a little bit of rent each month, but it does not compare to what rent is out here, and that was a big reason why we decided to go down there. Do you want to explain like the financial and like money part and that on why we did that?
I mean, it's just to save money. We'll be saving a good chunk of money each month, so that would definitely help in bettering our future with potentially buying a house soon.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
That's the whole decision of why we're going down there.
Yeah, and like apartment prices were ridiculously expensive. Like this unit 2 was like pretty much going up in price, and it just wasn't, it's not a good time to be buying in general. And so we were like looking around here, but we just couldn't find anything that kind of made sense, I guess. So we're gonna go down there. And do you want to talk about your job that you got?
I got offered a job for working as a CPA for a CPA firm, so I'll be working in auditing, taxes, and bookkeeping for nonprofit organizations. So it'll be fun, a lot different from what I'm doing right now. So it's gonna be a new chapter.
Yeah, definitely a different chapter in our lives, but it's gonna be exciting. I'm excited for like the adventures down there. Like I know you're excited to go to the Braves like stadium. Mm-hmm. The Braves, right?
Yep, the Braves.
Yeah.
You're right.
Definitely be looking forward to a lot of moving videos and Atlanta, Georgia travels. It's only for like about a year, and obviously we don't sign a lease with my parents, so we could leave pretty much whenever if something happens or we find a better opportunity. Yep. But it's just like basically a full year where we can save a lot of money and we have space. Like my parents, they have a pool at their house, and they even have like a workout area, so it'd be nice to be able to get our workouts in just right there and have like the equipment we want. We have like a workout gym here, but it's just not up to what we want or need. So in that aspect, it'll be nice, and also just being with my family as well. They pretty much like obviously have the upstairs. I'll definitely do like an empty, like, I guess, apartment like vlog for you guys and the moving process and everything. So be sure to subscribe to see that, and follow my Instagram so you can see more of that as well. And then for my job, I'm currently looking for coaching jobs still. It was really hard to get a coaching job again this year, but I'm gonna be looking at the high schools, and I also really want to start my own personal training just on the side of another job. But I'm actively looking for jobs, so I'll keep you updated on that. I might like start nannying and try to find another job. I would love to find like a remote job and like work from home, because he's gonna work from home like half of the time, like 2-3 days out of the week, and he has some flexibility in that, so it'd be really nice to be able to be home with our little kitten Archie.
Yes.
And that's also really helpful, because if we do go on a trip, like my parents are able to watch Archie, and my parents have cats and dogs, so if they want to go somewhere, like, it's just really convenient for both of us. But we're really excited to start this next adventure. But just like buying an apartment is just kind of wasted money and like rent. So it'll be really nice to be in a home as soon as we can. And we want a little dog. We talked about how like once we get a home, like we'd love to have a dog. What kind of dog do you want?
Great Dane.
I knew he was gonna say that. We'll talk about that. It's a little big. But we've talked about other animals, like you've had Goldens and Germans, and I really like Bernedoodles, so like a Burmese mountain dog and a poodle. They're really cute. But yeah, so I'm definitely going to be doing a lot of more like moving and packing and organizing videos, and we're going to be moving in about a month. I think our rent is up in 1 month, babe.
Yeah.
1 month. 1 month to the day we're going to be leaving. We're going to be moving out, packing.
Crazy. It's been a crazy 14 months.
I know. I can't believe we've lived here for 14 months. Like, we graduated college and we're out. We've been in the real world for over a year now.
It's scary.
Life comes at you fast, man. Man, wow. Yeah. Another question that we get asked a lot actually is why we decided to postpone our wedding. And so Garrett proposed in November in Stowe, Vermont, at a beautiful waterfall. And so we were planning on getting married this summer. That was kind of the goal, like maybe July, August time, like kind of around here. But we were looking at venues, like we brought you guys along for a couple of them, but we just really weren't sure if we wanted like a big venue or if we wanted like a backyard like wedding. Just because the venues just were so expensive. They had limited dates because all the 2019 and 2020 brides and couples were trying to get married during that time as well. So it's just like really booked. And then I was like, I don't even know if I want to have like this whole big wedding. Like I kind of want like the dance party and stuff, like aspect of it, of course. He loves that too.
No.
But yeah, so we were kind of hesitant and we didn't jump on anything. We really liked this one venue, but it kind of just fell through. And then my parents ended up moving to Georgia, and they were like, well, maybe you guys can come like move in. Like they offered that to us. So that's kind of been in the back of our mind as well. And we were like, well, it kind of makes more sense to go live with them for maybe a year or so and get married next summer and then move out and move into maybe a home or another apartment, depending on what we find and what we want to do at the time, where we want to live. So that's kind of why we kind of just postponed it, I guess. Like we never like had a date or anything. We just didn't really plan.
It kind of snuck up on us, and there was a lot of things with COVID and that we had to work through, and then financially. So that was kind of the kicker right there.
Yeah, because my grandparents are on the West Coast, like they live in Washington, and they were like unsure how traveling was gonna be. We were still unsure, so it was like winter time that we were trying to decide stuff, and we wanted to let people know as soon as we could. And then there was also a point where we were gonna go get married at my parents' house, and that's still like an option as well. And we went to go visit in March because we kind of wanted to see, and then we were like, wow, like maybe we could actually live here. Like once we saw the space, like it's really secluded and it's really hard for you guys to see, but we'll show you guys like in the move-in and empty apartment videos very soon. We gotta rent a U-Haul. Dang. He's not looking forward to driving the U-Haul or moving out. Moving all this furniture and stuff. Well, we're not bringing the couch and a couple things. Like we're gonna try to sell some of it, but it's like the bed and like TV and Archie, our kitten.
All the heavy stuff.
That's kind of our little life update and kind of what's going on with us, but
not much.
Not much at all. Nothing crazy. But we're just really excited for this next adventure, like just a travel adventure. Like when are we gonna say we lived in Georgia for a year? Like we don't anticipate us like staying there forever, and it's just 1 year. There's no lease. We can move out whenever we want, depending on things, and hopefully I find a job.
Yeah, hopefully.
He found a really awesome job. That's gonna be really amazing for him.
It'll be good.
I'm really proud of him. Yeah, so that kind of concludes this little Q&A and life update. But down in the comments, leave some suggestions for some move out and moving tips and apartment. I'll call it like, I don't know what to call the space. Like it's like an in-law suite. Well, kind of just our apartment in a way.
Yeah, a basement.
Our basement tour is coming out. But yeah, so just let me know what you guys want to see, but be sure to subscribe to see all of those videos. I'm so excited to do that and decorate the new space. For now, I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!
Bye!